My name is Tammy.
Hi, this is Ray, and we are
Real Estate Couple.
We're here to document our journey towards financial freedom through real estate investing.
And today we have our special guest, Cindy. She'll be joining us today.
She's my sister. Yeah, today we're going out to a commercial property out in Vaughan, Ontario. They're listed at 239,000, 389 square feet. It's pretty small, but we just came across it when one of our realtor, brought the deal up. So we were like, hey, can we learn a bit more about it? So somehow that led to another, and now today we're going out to a site visit today. So we made a trip out. My sister Cindy is visiting from Southeast Asia. She's a digital nomad, entrepreneur, and she's also here trying to learn a bit more about real estate. Cindy, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I'm so excited to accompany Ray and Tammy and see how they work. Really to just see and assess what is considered a good property and just really learn a lot from them. So super excited to be here. Thanks for letting me tag along. We just had a really big dim sum meal as well. Went to Costco, so yeah, excited to be in the work mode with the real estate couple. Let's go!
Yeah. So yeah, we're just excited to go out there, take a look. We've been more in the residential space, but not so much in commercial. So
this will be our first commercial property. So before we came out, we did a couple of research. So it seems like location is really important, and the type of zoning that these type of resale, the type of zoning matters as well. So if we want to rent it out to house services or cosmetic, skincare treatment services, those requires different type of zoning. And if the law allows those type of zoning, there is a higher in appreciation value as well. So those are a couple things we learned. So we're gonna go check out the property later.
Yeah, and I think the reason why we're doing a site visit is we will also want to see what's around it. Is there enough parking spots? Is there a lot of retail stores around? Is there condos that's in development? Because we want to assess the traffic that's coming to the place, because we're not going to use it for our own use. We're going to rent it out to tenants. That means the business who's coming into that place needs to feel the value in renting out our commercial property. So we're gonna go out there, put our hat as a tenant and look around. So we'll share more once we get out there. Feel like a celebrity? Yeah, you're a special guest.
back from the tour.
Hello, we're back now. We got out of the property tour.
So this property was 239K for 400 square feet. The real, when we visited the studio, the ceiling was tall, it was bright, got a lot of natural sunlight, but it does feel very, very small. So definitely, it has a separator for an extra room. So we think it might be good for some chiropractor. It could be good for a hair blow dry studio, or I don't know what else.
Massage therapist. Anybody that needs a separate room.
Yeah.
Because that, like, instead of us tearing down the wall, we can reutilize that once you take over the property. Because it's all about minimizing the cost spent and maximizing the rent price from the tenant. What we were taken back on looking at the property was that obviously it's on the second floor, although it had a nice view and a nice natural sunlight. It was a bit in the corner. And yes, today's Sunday, and we're okay with things slowing down, but it was dead. That whole mall was so dead that I was like, is this a ghost town?
So even most of the businesses on that second floor were not open. So that's a big kind of red flag for us.
We also walked around the nearby stores, like on the same floor. There's quite a few dentists, hair studio, massage therapists, tax accountant, immigration lawyer. So one thing we learned today is that if that's the traffic that you would attract in the specific location, you also want to think about what are they looking for, because that's the foot traffic. And considering this mall being not open to the public, because it's not one of those that's like super well known, and people will have to like book an appointment or look at the Google reviews for them to kind of discover this place. So you kind of have to rely on what other businesses are right around you, because that's the foot traffic that draws into that location.
So some of their services that would be a good tenant profile would be aesthetic services. So anything that's like, injectables, nail salons, so beauty related stuff. Or it could be medical professionals, so like dentist or eye doctor, those kind of things. Those require a different types of zonings. One thing we learned that if you can look at the neighboring business as a reference. So there are a couple dentist store in that floor as well, and that could be an indication the condo boards are open to or have that zoning allowed, could have that zoning allowed on the property.
Yeah, I think all in all, this was our first kind of discovery and learning process for commercial property. And it was interesting to see the other side, because we've always been in the residential side doing Airbnb and long-term rental, but commercial property, you kind of need to wear a different hat to think about who will be an ideal tenant profile, but also would they want to be in the business and rent out a space from us? And also need to channel them and who the end customers are. Yeah. Because, for example, do you want to talk about the yoga studio example?
Yoga studio example?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yoga studio example?
Yeah. For example, because this is a second floor of the building, you're not gonna naturally have a walk-in customers, meaning it could be ideal for
the strategy. Yeah, the strategy here would be a business that relies on appointment only.
Yeah.
Services.
Yeah, so I think one thing that we took away is that maybe this is a good starting point for us to research a bit more about other second floor businesses or second floor commercial property, because they tend to be generally cheaper, more affordable than the first floor.
And the competition is not that high. So one thing we learned is second floor, and in these type of non-high traffic properties, these are more cash flow play rather than appreciation play. So we have to make sure the cap rate looks good.
Yeah. Well, our realtor Diana was amazing. She's an amazing human being. Cindy, what did you think about the process, your first outing with the real estate couple?
I was zoning out a little bit because I realized there's a lot of technical things that you need to know, like about, you guys were asking about like water being connected to the building, and I don't know, there's just a lot of things to consider when buying a commercial property. I'm sure for residential as well, there's a lot of things to consider, but I don't know. I'm just very much a real estate noob, so I learned a lot from the couple today. Maybe there could be like a guide for people like me that I can refer to. But yes, it was interesting. Thank you for letting me tag along. I'm gonna go look at that now.
Very overwhelming day.
I think we made a really good trip out of the whole thing. I mean, that's our motto. Like, we want to have a good balanced life, researching and going out to real estate property, but also like, you know, stay healthy, do some exercise. So we stopped by eating, you know, good food, and also like enjoy different cuisine. Like, we're actually going out to Jamaican area to enjoy Jamaican food on the way home. So overall, it was a great day.
Time to recharge.
Time to recharge.
Bye for
Bye
now.
bye.